that you want to see. Oh yeah, be the change that you want to see.
Welcome to Life by Design. We always say at the top of this show that there are two ways to succeed in life. One is by accident and the other is by deliberate design. Only 1 out of 1 million people succeed by accident, so you don't want to wait for that option. That's why Life by Design is here to give you universal, time-tested, and life-proven principles that gives you a predictable way, increasing your chances to succeed in life. I'm Abass Bangura, and this is Life by Design.
Be the change that you want to see.
Owned by the government of Sierra Leone. It's a leading financial service provider. Commercial bank. Good products and services. Commercial bank. Foreign account, premium investment pay. Commercial bank. Fixed deposits, current and savings account. Commercial bank. Internet banking, SMS banking. Commercial bank. Sierra Leone. Commercial professional staff, I say, commercial bank. A very good customer service, commercial bank. And many, many, many more, commercial bank.
The Global Competitiveness Report 2012 to 2013 has been released by the World Economic Forum, including the first-time inclusion of Sierra Leone and Liberia, an objective attained by a not-for-profit partnership between the World Economic Forum and FJP Development and Management Consultants. The report shows that Switzerland, with 8 million people in land that is half the size of Sierra Leone, is the country most able to provide prosperity for its people. Switzerland is an ethnically divided society that many years ago developed a special version of democracy to prevent previous ethnic and social conflicts and wars. It is a confederation with power and the economy mainly in the control of its 26 regions called cantons. Its governance system builds social trust and economic prosperity by ensuring that no single interest group is able to benefit unduly at the expense of another. The winner does not take all. A confederal government controls only those affairs which are of interest to all cantons, such as foreign policy and defense. All other issues regarding, for example, education, police, economic and welfare policies are handled by the governments of the cantons. Switzerland's confederal government is a team of 7 members with equal rights. They are elected by the parliament and include representatives of all principal parties. Every year, one of the members is in turn elected federal president with a right to set the agenda of the meetings of the government plus a limited range of special powers. Instead of the opposition system common to many democracies, Swiss politicians have to work together to serve the national interest through consensus. The Swiss have a system that permits people from different cultures and religions to live together in peace and economic prosperity. This makes the Swiss model particularly well suited to ethnically divided countries. This is a national interest message from FJP Development and Management Consultants.
Be the change that you want to see.
On today's edition of Life by Design, I have a guest. This is somebody I've been waiting for a long time to get on Life by Design. And he is Dr. Dele Jones, a pioneer of management consultants in Sierra Leone since 1994, FJP Development and Management Consultants, the founding chair Council for Standards of Accounting, Auditing, Corporate and Institutional Governance, CISAG, a member of the Worldwide Regulatory Committee, IFRS for SMEs, appointed 2010 to 2014 by the International Accounting Standards Board. He's a Regentonian, women's Ego Grammar School, and a father of 3. He's Doctor in Business Administration, 2012, Heriot-Watt University. And in thesis we do a basis of the discussion we'll get tonight now on national competitive strategy. Dr. Jones, welcome to Life by Design.
Thank you, Joe.
Let's start on how the story begin. You told me a story about you being with your grandpa.
I was about 11 years old.
And you asked your grandpa one question.
And you know, we can get this table. I still got the table in the FGP.
Not table, but you get globe. You get the globe.
You get the map of the world on that.
Map of the world.
It was made in those days in Forest Industries Corporation, Kenema, Sierra Leone. First class product. Still going strong after 40 years. Waiting up in this, I mean, look at the map of this world for quite a while. Because I've been getting to reading a lot. It's learning a lot.
Okay.
And it occurred to me, I said, don't want to do that. We can make a pass on a palo. That's Papa. How come all the country up here that they seem for the do well? Because we have not get a good fortune for the travel, for the other countries and all things.
Right.
I said, but all the country down here, who's we did, they don't seem for the do well. All the countries of the south seem for the do badly, and all the countries of the north seem to be prospering. I mean, Grandpa said to me, son, say, I don't know. Say, you will get to find that out.
Son.
And really, Joe Abass, I've spent the rest of my life, even when I'm in the UK, the train, or whatever, go to university, I acquired this sort of experience and the knowledge base will allow me to come back home to answer this question. And in fact, I had to make a semester back to school 6 years ago, after 20 years of being a qualified chartered accountant and management consultant, practicing and applying the knowledge in so many places. I said, okay, I'm not ready now to answer this question. And I get enough experience, I get enough for it, so I go put myself and do research on what makes countries succeed and what makes countries fail, with particular focus on the Sierra Leone situation. And so now that really, and I thank God for saying, really, in 2012, where I got it, I actually don't need to point where I can say, for me, the success or failure of Sierra Leone is no longer a question of why. I know why. It's clear to me as light. The question is now, how do we move forward? And again, when it comes to that, I think I've come as close as you can get to actually identifying what the issues are and need to be solved to make them move forward.
He set out a long time ago for answer this question. Why make country better? Why make one country better passing company? And we move you. How many years ago from when your daddy says it's over 40 years?
40 years exactly.
That you
I
could
was
get
11 years old.
11.
And now I'm 50, I'm going to my 51st year. So
not all my kids talking age.
No, we're not going to that.
And so 40 years later, he set out for answer the question, which make country, then they do well. One country, they do well pass another one. And so he's doing PhD. Not a PhD in a DBA, you call it.
DBA, yes.
Doctor in Business Administration.
Yes.
It's
Because
Doctor in Business Administration.
The point about the DBA, now that's, for DBA, you should expect it to apply your knowledge into real life. It's an applied research program. And that means a management consultant. That's I'm not interested in getting who left some book,
and that's on library, and nobody not getting anything about that.
Time research. You research the best practice, and you apply them. And in fact, I spend time, they actually develop one program area, the accounting and auditing sector, where I seek to do a pilot of my theory for C, and we don't depend on for the last 4 or 5 years. So now all that I'm going to do.
Let's start with the end in mind. Let's say now answer this question. If your grandpa, you're able to talk to your grandpa again today, and say, Dele, answer me inside one sentence, which make country, then they do well. One country they do well, pass other country. Can you answer that in one sentence?
Countries and companies do not compete. Cultures do.
So you're saying at the bottom of it all, it's a culture.
There is a direct link between culture and economics, where people can ignore. In fact, the West forget about that in the last 20 years. And because they forget about that, they dismantle certain safeguards way back in the 1930s. After the Great Depression of the 1930s, some safeguards were done for safeguard the economy from bad culture have been saying dismantled in the 90s.
So,
and as a result of that, in 2008, we had a global financial crisis we will still suffer from. That was a direct result of the effect of changes in culture on the economic part. Now, culture have to do with people then, me and you. Economics, people focus on market. But people forget, say, inside the market, people did it. So if the people were inside the market, the habits, the things that they consider to be right and wrong, not good for economics, no matter what you do, you fail. And basically, countries the way they succeed, now when they get cultural habits, then be good for economics. Cultural values be good for economics. And those that fail are those that have those that are bad for economics.
I wonder what's direct link with between economics and you know social people mindset, behaviors, and way with economics. Should there be a link?
There is. The main link really, I don't get too technical, but never the main link now what we call on uncertainty. If people then do things then will create more uncertainty between individuals within a company or within a country, the more uncertainty there is, right? The more people can get for invest for police than transactions what they do between them. So why they do business because I'm not sure if you go on your side of the bargain, in a cultural thing.
Yeah.
I guess for friends wanting for make sure say a check say you meet you side of the bargain, like for a lawyer
and the cost of transactions they go.
Now when you compare that now to country, we get more trust, more confidence in people them, right? It means say now by the time when they put me pass country we get less trust. By the time they get me own goods onto the market, don't cost me more to get in the market. So the man we get less trust, it costs and less, all other things being constant. And so you want good cheaper, probably the quality better than me own and it costs back.
So you say countries and companies do not compete. It's cultures that do. And how you define culture in this case?
Culture are the set of references we playing in the head. You know, what they consider to be right, what they consider to be wrong. The habits we don't inculcate, right? Mm-hmm. And some of the most important cultural values that we good for economics now the sense of honesty and integrity, because that the integrity that's the increased confidence between people in an economic transaction. The less honesty there is, the more uncertainty there is, and because there's more uncertainty, the less business that people are willing to do with each other. So honesty is not just something very valuable for say for me and you, because apart with that, Martin, it good for prosperity, not just as individuals, but as a society. The more dishonesty there is in society, the more everybody in that society is poor. Everybody.
Now, one of the things when you study, where you put your thesis together, you study what makes Switzerland be the most competitive country in the world.
Abass, that's really an amazing thing. You know, last year, as part of all this, we practical, that's even a practical posting, right?
Yeah.
We get, because that competitiveness means yesterday, then the World Economic Forum gets what they call it global
competitiveness report.
Then believe in me for say, okay, right, they say they're not able to get possible to get Sierra Leone into this economy. What I tell you is when I'm a nigga, an expert, they say, what are you look for? So they accept me to take Sierra Leone into the measure, and so for the first time last Sierra Leone and Liberia, but we take them two countries in for the first time, were rated by them. While they go through their reports, the way they don't release them, I realize it's Switzerland, and number one. I said, well, it's not look right.
Now the most competitive country in the world.
The most competitive country where most able to buy prosperity when people live.
So Switzerland.
But you know the thing is, according to my own research, Switzerland could be one they strain. Why? Because Switzerland gets an inbuilt disadvantage. A tribal country.
Like how we self be tribal country in Sierra Leone. Like how we get Mindeti, Limba, and others where they cause rift and chaos and tension.
No, not say chaos.
Ultimately, when you can't share, when you can't, you know, like you, what do you think caused the problem with the last elections?
No, what I ever say is the evidence of the research, community research, we don't know all over the place, right? Shows that the more differences you have amongst people, right, the more effort you get for reconciling differences. And if you put effort and resource for reconciling differences, the man will not get that difference.
Ingo move ahead of you because
organize
people every day.
So all of the things being constant.
Okay.